Curtis Everitt here at St. Studios Films. I have just recently gotten all loaded up and I am about to head to Florida. What am I doing in Florida? Well, I'm going down there to make 3 movies with Mel Heflin. She had asked me as a favor to her to put her in some kind of roles that she hadn't done before. So I'm headed down there to Fleming Island and we are gonna make several movies, which I'll tell you about. Here's all the gear that I loaded up. Yeah, if you're a filmmaker, it's great to have a SUV, you know, especially one with a 3rd row. That way you can put those back seats down and you can load up as much gear as you need to. But I am about to pull away and get out on that open road. Had to make sure everything was squared away. I hope both of my cats are okay because Pepper is not showing her face this morning. So I'm getting in the car right now, about to put it into gear and head down to Florida. So I thought I'd take the time to tell you a little bit about all the different projects that we're doing. So I'm gonna call the overall project the Florida Trifecta. But anyway, so this trifecta of movies is gonna include Queen Dracula Sucks Again, Palm Down, and Florida Man. So these 3 movies will all star Mel Heflin in different roles. And so let me tell you a little bit about how each one of them got started. So we've had different distributors over the years, and one of our distributors, you know, I touched base with back when I worked at Ironworks. And that was several years ago, so this probably would have been, I would say, 2018, 2019. And so I touched base with them about getting some films distributed, and originally I had several films distributed with them, but the most popular one of the movies that I put out through them is called Queen Dracula, and to this day they're still, you know, they still have it distributed. And all the other titles, you know, they've kind of like given up on, but Queen Dracula, I mean, you know, people still want to watch that. It's a very popular title that we did. We filmed it in 2017. And so when it came time, you know, everybody's always asking, hey, you going to do a sequel to this? You know, every single movie that you make, it doesn't matter what it is, people are going to ask you, do you want to do a sequel to it? And so for that movie, I figured the only proper thing to do would be to ask the original actress, hey, would you like to reprise your role? Now, unfortunately, she's just really busy with all the things that she's got on. I did ask her, and she did give her blessing for whatever we plan to do next. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, it won't be too jarring, but there's lots of horror sequels out there where you don't have anybody from the original film coming back, you know, as their characters from the original film. So we're gonna fall into that category. We're actually gonna have a disclaimer of sorts at the beginning of our movie.
Do you like cheesy B horror sequels where none of the original people come back and the continuity from the original does not matter? No? Then turn off your TV right now. Oh, but if you do, keep watching and look into my eyes. You will rate us 5 stars!
The reason I'm making it with Mel Heflin is because she had gotten all this vampire stuff ready and costume and everything for this other vampire movie, and it just didn't work out for her. And so, you know, she felt like, oh, well, you know, I spent all this time and effort and resources getting these things together. You know, I feel like I'm at a loss here. And I said, well, heck, I got a vampire movie that we can make. We can make the second Queen Dracula movie, you know, and we'll make that, and it'll be a lot of fun. And you'll kill that role, because I've worked with her last year on 2 different movies from Donald Farmer, 2 feature films, and they were both a lot of fun. And in both of those movies, she had a great supporting role. But it's time for her to be in the spotlight. It's time for the spotlight to be shown upon her, you know, in these 3 movies. Okay, and so when I first started thinking about, you know what, I want to make a movie. I want to make a movie in Florida. I want to make a movie on the beach. I was thinking, I'm thinking about what could this be about. And, I have a brother-in-law. He actually lent us his metal detector, but he loves to go metal detecting on the beach. That's one thing whenever they go on a beach trip. He loves to do metal detecting on the beach. And so, I was thinking about beach, then I was thinking about metal detectors, and then I was thinking about, it'd be interesting if we had like a woman who was out there doing metal detecting. That's kind of different. And I actually put it out there in the world. I wrote, on Facebook, what are some of the most interesting things that you can find with a metal detector on a beach? And so we had people writing all sorts of stuff in. And it was actually quite funny, like some of the things that people were saying. And I was like, oh, we can't. She can't find that on the beach. No, we're not making that kind of movie. But anyway, so thank you to the people that were like, hey, you should find a robot arm or a robot hand, because that's the gist of what our story is going to be about. It's going to be about a robot hand that is chasing our main character. Here's the robot hand right here. I bought it. I saw these things. I saw them at Spirit Halloween store, and they have them in the little box, and you press the button and, they walk, and you think to yourself, I wonder if these things will actually walk. And so I ordered one off of eBay, and I've tested it a few times. The only downside is when it's walking on sand, it doesn't seem to go anywhere. It just kind of digs itself in. It's more fun to work from an outline, so all these movies that we're doing today, doing over the next 3 days, we're going to be doing 3 movies in 3 days. The Florida Trifecta. 3 movies in 3 days. And this is not something I recommend, to beginner filmmakers. If you're trying to make a movie and you're a beginner filmmaker, take your time, take as much time as you need. This is just something I'm trying to do to be challenging for myself as a filmmaker, trying to change things up. I know I can do it. This summer I will have been making movies for 20 years, so it's been a long time. So this is not, my first rodeo. Originally we were going to do the 2 films, the Queen Dracula Sucks Again and The Palm Down, the 2 films, and then I thought about it, and I was like, well, we might, if I'm down there for this long, we might could do another film, and what would that other film be? And so we thought up Florida Man, which is kind of a riff on you have all those really ridiculous stories that you see in the news. Florida Man did this, Florida Man did that. And I have to credit my nephew Marshall. So he likes to send memes to me. He'll text them to me, and so some of them sometimes are Florida Man memes. And so for those Florida Man memes, I told him, I said, if you could find me some good Florida Man memes, I'll make it worth your while. And so because he had found me the memes, I took him to dinner and a movie, and but he found me all these headlines. And so one of the headlines that he found me, though, was, I said, that's it right there. And so the headline, it said, Florida man kidnaps scientist to make dog immortal. And I said, that's it. That's the movie right there. And so, the thing is, I told Mel about this project, and she was very enthusiastic right out the gate. She said, I want to play Florida Man. And I said, what? And she said, yeah, I want to do it. I want to, get the mullet wig, and I want to do that part. I'm going to be gone from a Monday morning to, late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. And in that time period, though, hopefully we're going to be walking away with 3 movies. And the only additional filming I'm planning on right now, unless we just come up real short on all 3 of them, but the only additional filming is we're probably going to have a few people do self-tapes or send in audio. You know, I have somebody who loves to do voiceovers. Kevin Gaddy loves voiceovers. But, you know, Joey Treywick, he always loves sending in good self-tapes to complement the movie. And so we'll probably try to get him in each one of those movies. And here is the USS Alabama Battleship Memorial Park. And if you look over there, there's our friend, the USS Alabama. If you haven't watched our movie, Beneath the Hull, it's available for free on YouTube. You should definitely check it out. We made a whole movie there last year, and it was a lot of fun. And it's a great tour. Y'all should go check it out. So I made it to Florida a couple hours ago and had something to eat. Mel cooked meatball sub, and so right now she is getting ready. We're going to do some of the Florida Man filming. So I'm getting a few things out of my car, and we're going to get set up and film Florida Man in the garage.
With the Dunna, the science in your brain. Almost getting it.
That's not doing a thing.
It's starting to come out now.
It feels.
It's almost ready.
It feels.
Shut
great.
up.
Well, we decided to flip the shoot schedule, and so we are doing Florida Man first. So we've been in the garage filming on that, and Mel's really getting into character, and I think really enjoying this part.
And I think I'm stuck as Florida Man. I don't think I'm ever coming back. Yeah. Florida Man, first and foremost, he loves his animals, whether they be real or... And he will do absolutely anything at any cost to make sure his animals live their best life. He's not all there, but are any of us?
But we're just kind of doing ricochet back and forth, improv, and doing our best to kind of do something funny. And I hope it all comes together. But it's a good way to kick it off, because I had a feeling she would not be able to focus on the other characters until she got this one out of her system, or at least good headway on it. So we're having fun so far. This is the morning of the first day I'm here, and originally we were gonna go to a beach today, but her son is sick, and so we're gonna have him with us today. And so probably what we're gonna do is we have a house we can go film at, so we're gonna start working on Queen Dracula. It's a beautiful day, and we'll get going soon. And so once again, the schedule is changing. That's just a part of the name of the game. When you're making movies, you just want to, keep the flow going. So last night we did some Florida Man filming, and we'll finish that up later on today. But we're about to go in a little bit and do some Queen Dracula. So how's it going so far?
I'm happy. I get to be my completely uninhibited, ridiculous self, and I've never gotten to improv so much. I've only started improvising a little bit recently. Normally I follow the script. I just want to please the director, but I'm really happy at the ridiculous way that I get to play this.
So what are we doing today?
Well, my kid had a rough night and threw up last night. So we're just kind of waiting to see where we're at with him.
All right, so we are on location. We are filming at the mother-in-law's house. And so we are about to go into this place and work on a movie. Yeah, my original idea for Queen Dracula Sucks Again, we just threw it out the window. We're kind of starting over, so yay.
And then we have QD, Queen Dracula. I think I said my name was Celine at one point as Queen Dracula. I don't know. But she She's finding creative ways to get a little sippy sip. I don't have the teeth on anymore. It was great bloody fun.
So far, it's going pretty good. So we're on day 2, and we got back from the mother-in-law's house, and so we filmed over there. We had permission to film over there, and it's kind of an empty house because they haven't moved in yet. And so what we're gonna do is play it off like my character. I ended up acting in the Queen Dracula Sucks Again movie because we had to rearrange the schedule a little bit. I had the camera on a tripod, and we filmed a lot of shots of the house. And, with the lights turned off, an empty house can be really creepy. And so I think it turned out pretty good. I posted some snapshots, some screenshots on social media. We already have wonderful people commenting and asking if it's an adult film. It's got adults in it. But, it's supposed to be a fun movie, kind of a cheesy sequel to the film Queen Dracula made in 2017. And I think it turned out pretty cool, considering, we just kind of shot it on the fly. I was the main character. It's hard to act and direct at the same time. It's easier if you can do one or the other. But, if you get down to it, it kind of gives you a little bit of a push, to do both if you have to. There's this one scene that we did that I thought turned out really well. My character is running away from Queen Dracula, and so there's this walk-in shower. And so I go in the walk-in shower, and I'm holding the door closed, and she's standing on the other side of it, threatening me. And I thought that scene turned out really well, and I thought the dialogue got really tense. So out of all the things that we did for Queen Dracula Sucks Again, I thought that was amazing. Also, her son acted in the movie. He did a really good job. And Dylan. And I thought he did an excellent job with his part. She's getting changed into her Florida man outfit. And we're going to pop the garage, continue where we left off last night. We did a pretty good chunk last night, but everybody was getting tired. Everybody was getting hot. So I was like, what, we'll finish it up tomorrow. So hopefully by the end of the night, we'll have 2 movies done. And then tomorrow we just have to focus on the beach movie. Supposedly the beach is about an hour away, so we're going to drive out there, film, and then come back. And then once we come back, I should be, packing it in not too long after that. So, all right, so it's the morning of day 3, and we are going to the beach today. It's nice and overcast, so that should be great lighting. Hopefully we get some really good shots when we get there. that's a wrap on the Florida Trifecta. So I'm about to go back to Mississippi. It's wonderful weather outside, but we're done on mid-afternoon of the third day. So yeah,
I didn't think we could do it.
It's doable. I told you we could do it. So we did.
This was a wild ride.
All right, so stay tuned, and we'll get them all cut together, and you will see them soon. And special thanks to Mel's husband, Jake, for sacrificing his hand to play the hand, because we couldn't get Hansy to do it. So
This is a good one.
should be a good one. All right, y'all.